Tanushree, you will represent the state governments at the moment, and the next agenda is what kind of support we need from state governments. What I have done is, I have taken, the very first point is taken from Kerala policy, because they have done a lot of thinking through this process. For a startup to meet, all regulatory requirements in the way government is organized, in the way state is organized, is impossible. That doesn't mean that a startup should not follow the law of the land. They should follow law of the land, but the law of the land should be followed through self-declaration rather than through external audit. That's the only point we are trying to make. They should declare that they are complying with all these laws, and they should try to comply with it. But they should not be required to fill up the forms and send all the reporting statements to so many inspectors and so many different offices that they have to keep one person only for that. Sorry?
Why can't we have a single window?
देखो single window sir ऐसा है, these acts are administered by different wings of the government. अब कोई लेबर डिपार्टमेंट कर रहा है, कोई कर रहा है आईटी डिपार्टमेंट, कोई कर रहा है इंडस्ट्री डिपार्टमेंट, कोई कर रहा है कॉमर्स, कोई कर रहा है एनवायरमेंट. तो इसलिए नहीं ऐसा नहीं देखिए नहीं we should distinguish two things. We are not talking about clearances. These are not required for clearances. These are required for regulatory compliance. Compliance तो जरूरी है. देखिए compliance जरूरी है because all over the world, whether on ethical ground or on legal ground or professional ground, we should be a law-abiding citizen. Every startup cannot, and no startup can claim exemption from the law of the land. So we are not saying they should be exempt from this. We are not saying that. What we are saying is, and what they have talked about is, they should be, as they have suggested, they should be exempt from inspections and instead be permitted to file self-certification. Any experience that you have with this in Kerala? Just हो. लेकिन अभी पहले अब तक क्या हो रहा था? Till now is the problem. What kind of problem did you face?
So they will have to run around from one office to the other. Every other month there will be something or the other they'll have to file. They'll have to go to all of these offices, get certificates.
देखो जरा आवाज कहाँ से आ रही है? थोड़ा बंद करो, कुछ करो उसको. देखो sorry
The visit of the different people becomes a problem.
नहीं so what Tanushree, you tell us. बंद कर दो उसको, 2 मिनट के लिए बंद करो. क्या हो रहा है?
Single window clearance. So single window clearance, we have something for projects up to 100 crores and projects above. There is a Industries Act. Which
You are talking about Tripura government
Karnataka. Where there is an Industries Act which says that Karnataka Udyog Mitra will be the nodal agency for ensuring. So the Karnataka Udyog Mitra under the Industries Department was going to be the agency, and for 100 crores and less CS.
I am talking about Karnataka Udyog.
Yeah.
I wanted the national.
नहीं, but let us hear her experience.
Saying that the single window clearance system used to work like that. Till recently, we have had a single clearance for every thing. For IT companies now, a new act has come which segregates IT companies. We will have a separate single window clearance system where Karnataka Biotechnology Information Technology will become the nodal agency. That way, the IT companies have a smaller.
Yes, that is what I
it will
want.
be easier for them to get these clearances, and it is the responsibility of KBITS and the MD for the same to get these clearances from various departments.
How much time it takes?
Right now we don't have mandates for the times, but we have to put them.
Under Sakala, you have not put a limit?
Yeah, because we just recently found, but under Karnataka Udyog Mitra, it's two weeks. Before the CM or the CS chairs the meeting, if the go-ahead has not come from the department, they'll have to give it in the meeting itself.
Wonderful.
So that's how.
But what about the small startups? वो तो वहाँ तो बड़े project हैं.
So startups के लिए we don't have a policy per se, but all startups will also come under the IT Act. for the IT Act, the new I4 policy that has come, besides the separate thing which says that startups will be given space at 5 to 15 rupees per square feet for incubation, where government is supporting, for example, in the NASSCOM 10,000 startup warehouse and another company. Besides that, also they will be free from other, for example, the minimum wages is not over now. That is still
that is there.
That is not. But for example, the Factories Act, that is incorporated in Karnataka government's this thing. The contract labor regulations is also there, but not all of them have been followed explicitly. The two Factories Act and so these two are the easy things for any IT company.
The environmental clearance, environmental clearance.
No.
There is no requirement for environmental.
No.
Okay.
So that hasn't. So this like what we do is a 90-day thing. It's a lean model, fail fast sort of model. So every 19 days, the committee again meets if there are additions to be made to what they do.
All right.
For the policy, that is for the policy. But what I am saying is compliance of the policy.
So
what she is saying is every 2 weeks CS will call a meeting, and if in the previous 2 weeks clearances have not been given, they will have to be given in the meeting. So the maximum time that will take for any clearance therefore is 2 weeks. In some case, if the proposal has come just a day before 2 weeks, then it will take 2 or 3 weeks, maximum 4 weeks, let us say.
So we have done the same thing. We have set up something called the Kerala State Entrepreneurship Mission.
Huh?
Like an empowered body, which is chaired by the CM and has got all the secretaries as the governing council, and there's a small executive council which does the same thing. So
Single window clearance. So there's something called single window clearance in this thing. I think Kerala is also.
So what we are recommending therefore is a single window clearance at state level, first for the startup, establishing startup.
And in Karnataka,
And second,
there is one at district level also. So smaller projects can actually get clearance from the district level.
District level itself, okay. So district level single window for giving clearances to for the setting up of startup, and second, self-declaration. Have you introduced the self-declaration? Do you think it's possible? Any problem?
Kerala is doing it. I'm sure that we can do.
So Andrea has already done that. Yes.
So if exactly on that comment, if I can make a suggestion here, that if the Startup Village colleagues can share their experience on how was the conversation with the governments and the different stakeholders, on how did they come to this conclusion that these things can be done at a lower level or with lower compliance. That might be useful to other people who are having these conversations.
Well, that we have to have a separate session for that. We have to have a separate session for that. I mean, Sanjay has come earlier in the class. We will invite Pranay also for that. But that will require more time. And that is worth actually. I agree with you. That's worth it because there's a need for us to get it properly. In a senior course, I'm going to get you again for telling that story. So once you tell that story, surely a lot of small things which are not here. And I webcast my classes as we are webcasting this meeting. So all of you will have the opportunity, if you are not able to attend, to listen to that story in real time. So that's not a problem. But at this moment, let us understand that I am also a member of Kerala State Innovation Council. And I know the other side of the picture. I know their struggles with the government also. It's not just, don't think everything is Enkadori, whatever they want gets done. You know, that impression you will be getting because there's a chief committee of which he is a member, chief minister is a member. But chief minister is chief minister. It's a political system. There are many ministers and each minister has to understand. I mean, Kerala Coconut Board, for example, has been pursuing with Kerala government. The chairman is a JOS, IAS officer. Chief secretary is IAS officer. The Karnataka State Council chief is former chief secretary. Now what more do you, and former cabinet secretary is sitting on the Karnataka State Innovation Council. What more do you want? Former cabinet secretary is sitting there. Secretary, chief secretary is there. 2 chief secretaries, 1 in and 1 former. Minister is sitting there, 2 ministers sitting there, chief minister is sitting there. Still the land, the law of the land allotment, NA to be done for rural land for, let us say, setting up a producer company of the farmers, not for any other commercial enterprise. Abhi struggle kar rahe hain wo. Abhi hua nahi hai. Hopefully it will be done, but it has not been done as yet.
3 months. Because Panchayat has to permission.
Hey, jo bhi hai. Question is not that. Question is that they have set up very successful producers companies, about 5 crore turnover. That last meeting he was mentioned, you were not there, Sanjay was there. So they have done some very good work. Coconut Board has set up very good producers company, making good business. I am saying they are facing difficulty. So the issue is that we have not put a house in order as yet when it comes to clearances and when it comes to trusting entrepreneurs that they are well-meaning people. That's our basic problem. सब लोग सोचते हैं कि वो सब एक्सप्लॉइट करने के लिए, सब लोग फायदा उठा रहे हैं. ऐसा नहीं सोचते कि वो भी देश के लिए उतना ही कर रहे हैं जितना आप कर रहे हैं. ऐसा उनका कंट्रीब्यूशन कम नहीं है कोई. So we have, it will take time, but I can assure you that we need not compromise with what we want. Our expectation from policy should be very high. क्योंकि अगर हम पॉलिसी में एक्सपेक्टेशन कम कर देंगे ना तो फिर सारा सिस्टम सब ऑप्टिमाइज हो जाएगा. So is there anything else that we need to put here? अब जैसे 3 shift है वुमेन के लिए, you know what all the issues are happening. अरे भाई 1, 2, 5 प्रॉब्लम भगवान की, मतलब we don't wish that should happen, but it has happened. You can't take away the freedom from women to work in the night. I mean, what do you mean? They want to work as hard as anybody else. आप उनको बोलेंगे नहीं आपको सिर्फ दिन में 12 घंटे काम करना है, 8 घंटे काम करना है. That's not fair. Yes, you should provide protection, that's fair. That's reasonable. But if you look at it, I mean, 60% molestation cases take place within the family. That's the police data, BPRD data. How can you put a policeman in every house? 60% molestation cases against women have happened within the family. So let us not take that as an argument. I think we should demand this. This is a very good point.
One thing that we should probably include in the project, like winding down companies.
Yeah, 2 of the students did a project with me. One was individual bankruptcy, second was a company bankruptcy in the last course. And both of them in grid course came out with this issue that if your bankruptcy process is not fast enough, then your eligibility for refinancing or starting a new company gets stuck. So one case you have failed, declare bankrupt and have a policy by which after declaring bankruptcy in that you become eligible to come into the system of financing again and start the process again. That I completely agree. We will put that here. I forgot to do that. But bankruptcy, both kinds of bankruptcies, personal and the companies, are very important.
Sorry for a digression, actually, digression. I don't know, please correct me. Is there a need or a desire to define this startup? Because we have a well-defined structured MSME definitions, but how, because I suppose it is understood differently by different people. Like because Bharat has one definition, others have a different meaning. Is there a need to have a clear connotation of what a startup means?
Well, in terms of
the same confusion we had, because there was one student company who said we want to form a company. Now then the chartered accountant started asking a lot of things. Then the legal advisor started asking a lot of things. You know, what is a legal entity for a student venture?
No, if it is not registered as a company as yet, it's a venture. You can have a proprietary form. You can have a partnership form. You don't have to have a set up a company to begin with. Only for companies is required when investments come and exit options are worked out and all of those issues are required then. But you don't have to begin with setting up a company. I don't think most people in your startup area are setting up companies to begin with, are they? They don't have to. They don't have to.
Can we then draw a setup if you meet majority of them when you are a startup? Something like that. I know we discussed planning office. Clarity both in the government as well as...
See, as far as investors are concerned, a startup is still, it reaches the first stage of investment, the initial. Otherwise, when you are managing it, investor says you are a startup as long as you can manage yourself within your own finance, which means that you have to reach up to the stage of a visible business model. You have to have something like, you you have a set of customers who you are able to serve satisfactorily. You can scale up to that much. You have that execution capability. And then a very important thing, you have a team in place. We've been always talking about the individual entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But generally investors look for a team because you need complementary skills. You can't, it stands
We will put a definition in our note.
You can't.
We'll do
So
that,
these
but
are the
very simple
criteria
actually.
that you'll need.
Any entrepreneur who is starting to meet a gap which exists either in the market or the state provision of services and is willing to stick his neck or her neck out is a startup. Doesn't have to be registered. For MSME, they may be required. I mean, startup should not necessarily be bothered about registration. Your self-declaration, you have a memorandum of association if you have a firm, what your goals are, what your team is, what you want to do, that's it.
You are not innovation in this?
Yes, of course.
Innovative company.
Yeah, innovate.
Otherwise, a grocery shop will not be a startup.
So, naturally not, naturally not. We have, our focus and bias is toward innovation-based startups.
That means you're adding a qualification.
We are adding a qualification because our goal is,
startup.
no, for repetitive, he's right, he's absolutely right. Any enterprise, any startup cannot get a priority. I mean, if you're opening a shop of pan masala, you cannot get, it's a startup, it's a startup. Strictly speaking, it is. Are we going to work on that policy shop? No.
Fragmented market, so you can have 40 companies doing the same thing because they're serving.
No, that is a different matter. That's a different matter. Different
so
regions,
they may not be necessarily innovative.
different regions. No,
Call it a knowledge-based enterprise.
Some knowledge-based. I think we should encourage knowledge-based enterprise.
Fair enough.
See, Anil, what I will, my take is that a product for which market is known,
Yet,
where entrepreneurs' capabilities are known, business plan will be prepared, you have set calculations of DSCR and profitability and those things which are predetermined. That is not something which is we will call startup, because there everything is known. When you talk of startup, whole other things are not known.
Correct.
Entrepreneur is not sure about himself. You don't know about the market, whether this product will work in the market or not.
Correct.
So
correct.
Everything is hazy.
Very clear.
There,
Very clear.
there is the risk is high.
Very true.
And in that risk, we talk of startup, and that's what we are talking of, all facilities and all.
In fact, the definition for micro venture innovation finance is very clear. The products and services for which market exists are qualifying for microfinance or finance. Products for which market does not exist as yet are the ones we are calling as eligible for micro venture innovation finance. Very clear. So there is absolutely no ambiguity. What you are saying is, I agree with you 100%. Let us go further. Yes.
Just a quick point here. One of the biggest issues that startups grapple with, especially the ones who are trying to set up a factory, is the consent to operate. In my experience, I think very few startups actually end up having to deal with all these issues. But one single issue that most startups would deal with, especially if they are wanting to set up a factory, is a consent to operate, which can take very long. If there is some way that can be facilitated, I think the startups would really benefit. Most startups, in my experience, have never grappled with all these issues, but they do grapple with the CTO issue.
Well, Kerala has a strong background in workers' organizations, worker union and all that, so therefore they may need it much more than that other states. No, it depends. I mean, historical context of different states is different, so there the Shop Floor Act and this, all of these are much more adhered to much more strongly because unions have insisted on their compliance, and so therefore that's the reason why they may have to put this.
One more thing, when we are talking about the definition of startup, there is also a requirement for having upper limits.
Yes.
Because then we should not have.
Yeah, if you have more than 50 employees or whatever, there should be, then you should move into a proper enterprise. I mean, then you don't remain a startup.
A startup, a process innovation is a startup. They're all innovative, but they need not have, they might be serving the same customer. But they've got out a new business model process or a process innovation. They've come out within some innovation in the process of serving the customer. So I think one should have a slightly broader definition other than just meeting an unmet need so far, because then you can't have a lack of. I think the sheer size of.
Oh, there are a lot of unmet needs, sir. There are lots of there.
Say that there may be a company which may be opening up with a smarter technology, but that technology may
serving
not
the
be,
same
serving whatever is already being met, maybe in a better way or in a more efficient.
See, the point is very simple. If you want to go to a private entrepreneur, see, if a private investor you take money from, you do what you wish. If you are taking money from private investors, you do what you wish. When you want a state fund, state has a purpose to achieve. State wants inclusive development. State wants to promote certain kinds of development. State has a right to demand certain priorities. Very simple. If you want money from the state, you have to comply with certain norms of novelty, of innovation, of meeting those needs. So therefore, that for individuals who don't want to come in touch with the state, please do what you wish. How do you care? आप कॉस्मेटिक बेचिए, आप ग्रैंड सैल्यूट वाटर की बॉटल बेचिए, कुछ भी बेचिए, हमें क्या फर्क पड़ता है उससे. But if you want him support from the state, then certainly state should have legitimate right to promote certain kinds of.
Define the tax.
Yes. What is, this is a note again from a policy. Would you like to say something on that? This refund, reimbursement of VAT, CST, all of that. These are normal, understandable thing, but any clarification required, is there? Straightforward. This is relevant for all the states, I am sure. There should be, because Kerala, Andhra Pradesh also introduced it, and probably Telangana may also introduce it. So if Karnataka feels that it is important, then we can.
We have this for all IT companies, but the reference is being given for these exemptions for outside Bangalore, keeping in view that Bangalore is getting too congested, which is exemption.
Okay, fair enough.
So now for startups, maybe that relaxation.
That's a good point. That now this is a public purpose. If a public policy wants to distribute the entrepreneurship outside of city, which is getting congested, then this is a good condition to put. I think that's fair. That's fair. About the patents, what I would suggest is that both are important. One is that patent, learning to file the patent. I mean, we had a very interesting experiment at NIF some years ago, 3 years ago. We called different patent firms for a patent camp, and we said for a week, our office is your office. So you sit down in our office, look at the files of all the innovators that we want to file patents for, ask all the questions that you want, collect the details that you want yourself. We don't have staff. We had only 1 or 2 people for the patent function. So how can we meet your question answers? I mean, if you keep writing questions, expect us to provide answers, sit in our office, look at our files, all the information lying in front of you, take out the information, draft it here, show us the first draft. If you have any comment, we give you. We filed 200 patents in about a week like that. 200. And our average cost of filing patent is only 15,000 rupees. We don't pay any fees to anybody. I mean, that's a public cause. I'm saying we should think about another model here, a deferred payment system. We have called 4 kinds of schemes. For example, if you have cash you want to pay in front, all means you do that. A startup doesn't have money. So just like we have angel funding, we can have IP angels. IP angel will file the patent. In that sense, he has invested about 2 lakh worth of time. And as and when you come into business, you are becoming viable, your cash flow is started, you start paying that money in installment, and over 2 years you can pay that money.
So the NRDC scheme is still running?
NRDC scheme is running, Government of Gujarat scheme is running, where they pay, they reimburse you the cost of filing patents, 50% for international patent, 100% for Indian patent, but after the grant of the patent, which takes about 3-4 years. So there are some schemes for patent facilitation.
I think we filed 2 patents with Gujarat Science and Technology Council. We didn't pay a rupee and we got 2 patents.
भाई हमने तो लिस्ट लगा था 680 फाइल किए भाई.
We didn't have to pay a single rupee.
No, it's okay. That's fine. What I'm trying to say is that patent filing is an issue where why we need attorneys only is the language, the way you draft the claims. The person who normally writes, the inventor who writes, first of all, he discloses too much. He tends to disclose too much. Secondly, he writes very narrow claims. You claim as a scholar, as a scientist, as a technologist, you claim what you have done. Whereas patent writing is an art of covering as much domain as you can get away with. So you have to have broad claims. Now writing, even CSIR patents, if you look at earlier years, they were very narrow claims. 35 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड पे ये टेम्परेचर पे तो 5 मिनट के लिए वाला नहीं 35 नहीं भाई 28 से लेकर 35 तक के बीच में शायद ये रिजल्ट आ जाएगा. ऑप्टिमल क्या है वो 35 है. व्हाई यू हैव टू टेल व्हाट इज 35. आप बेस्ट 3 एग्जांपल दे देना उसके लिए. सो इट इज एन आर्ट, इट्स अ स्किल व्हिच इज रिक्वायर्ड. वी नीड टू हेल्प ऑफ people who are adept in this field. Slowly we are getting patent lawyers who have a degree in technology. For a very long time we didn't have. 10 years ago we didn't have any lawyer who had a degree in technology. Now we have many, both biotechnology and other things. So this is a skill required, but I am saying that we should think about having an IP angel concept where IP attorneys can charge small amount now. The out-of-pocket expenses say 10-15,000 they claim now. The remaining 85% expenses they can defer it for the time being, take it after 1 year, 2 years, or if they want later on, they can take 0.5% of equity or something like that, which is okay if that is the case of valuation of that kind. So we should promote, I mean I wanted to bring that issue here, that we should try to have multiple models of IP financing and IP fees payment so that it encourages. Our experience is, of course, because we work for grassroots innovators in NIF, therefore we didn't have to pay fees to anybody. We don't pay fees to any Anand and Anand, Surana and Surana, top companies of the country. They don't charge fees because they think it's a nation building cause. Even in US, KLNG means KLN Gates, Bill Gates' father company. They don't charge fees. They file patents in US without any cost, and several patents have been granted. So, but that model will require a consortium to be made of IP people and convince them. I can help in that process, but I think we should do that in each state. It will have to be done with local patent attorney consortium. We shall have to convince them that from startups, you make money from companies and all of them. These are not the people from whom you should make money to begin with, but your money should be paid back if you can wait for some time. Take the out of pocket paid expenses. For example, 5,000 रुपया देना उनको, request for examination की फीस देनी है, वो फीस आप ले लो, बाकी जो है कुछ मत लो. हाँ, जो गवर्नमेंट फीस है वो ले लो. That is not too much actually. 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 में सब हो जाता है वो. So that we will keep. We will keep a provision for this kind of reimbursement also. But my feeling is that
ASDM incorporates that file आपको patent मिलने की जरूरत नहीं है. Filing के time ही you can take the.
In Karnataka, okay. We have tried to get it changed in Gujarat also because granting takes long time. Yeah.
So in Kerala, it's in 3 stages: granting, prosecution, and.
3 stages. Okay. That's, I think that's a good point. You can do that. Similarly, for the QCT.
Commercialization also be a part of this patent filing. There be some sort of consortium who can help the entrepreneur commercialize it.
You know, it's a very good question that you are raising. See, there are two groups of professionals. One is IP attorney. Second is what is called LES. There's the Association of Licensing Executive. Now, in our country, licensing profession of licensing has not yet emerged in its own stride. So none of the patent firms, for example, have done very well in terms of licensing technologies. We have licensed how many? But Gulshan now? Where is Gulshan? 78 or something to about 83, 84 people. We have licensed these technologies. These are all being done to small entrepreneurs. They've all paid money to the innovator. In about 20 cases without patent grant, they still paid money. So people can license technologies even for know-how purposes, not only because there is an IP protection. That's what I'm trying to say. 1/4 at least were doing that for that reason. But licensing is an issue which is extremely important. We have still not developed a class of professionals who facilitate this process. There are international platforms yet to come and all. Yes, yes. This is an area where we have to do a lot, and we really need to learn a lot and do a lot. At this moment, not much is happening. Industry also sometime, I will not mention names, a company, for example, was contracted to develop a particular device, valued device. We signed an agreement, fellow improved it, then he filed the patent in his own name, which he cannot do actually, because the innovator has done the thing, you have only improved it. At best you can have a joint, but you can't have it in your own name. These kind of tendencies exist, and we have to curtail these tendencies. Many companies tend to take advantage of the idea that the person has and then take him out of this picture. Even in the open innovation platforms, large number of companies and platforms like Innocentive pay amount and take the technology and never give IP to right to them. And IP rights they keep with themselves. अपने $10,000, $20,000 दे दिया तो आपका हो गया टेक्नोलॉजी क्या? For what happened to the inventor's right? They don't give IP right. 99% companies do not share IP rights with the thing. But there are some companies like GE, they will not touch a technology if there is no patent on it. So they will encourage you to file a patent first, then discuss with them, because they don't want to get into disputes. Their social capital is so high that they don't want their shareholders to put a blame on them that they did not deal properly with their technology provider. So some companies have very high ethical policy in this regard. They say first you file a patent, then talk to us. Don't disclose to us anything, we don't want to hear anything. Because tomorrow you will say something and then both sides have to disclose. GE may have technology already in that subject. They have to disclose what they already have so that they don't claim, the innovator doesn't claim that yeah, aapne mere se dekh ke banai hai, you know. So technology transfer involves many of these issues where both sides need to know where they stand so that no side takes advantage of each other. We need to facilitate. There is an idea here of a student startup exchange. That's a new concept. Recently one SS exchange has come up abroad. I like that idea that we create an exchange where startups also start licensing technology of each other. It's possible. Somebody has developed a mobile platform, that platform is useful to some other entrepreneur. Why should develop his own? वो आपसे license करके ले लेगा उसको, which is not happening enough, but we should encourage that. So I think we need to think about licensing among the entrepreneurs, among the startups to begin with. Once they start doing that, the other firms will also start dealing with them better, and probably this will happen. So,
as a matter of fact, the common investors, be it the government or private, can actually take the lead in actually ensuring and enabling that.
You had an experience, Suresh, what happened to the waste exchange? Is it working now? एक अहमदाबाद के एंटरप्रेन्योर ने बनाया था. Is it doing good business? Huh? It is doing some business.
Waste exchange, just now 60% of total waste is going in exchange.
In
exchange.
Is going in exchange?
Yes.
Very good. So that is a good model, where if you have a waste exchange, then somebody who needs that waste as a raw material buys it, and in the process the load on the environment goes down. I remember that when that person had come to our one of the first meetings on the same subject of entrepreneurship, he had come 2-3 years ago, and we should create more changes of this kind where tools, techniques, platforms, solutions that have been developed by the startups can be put in the exchange. People who want to license it, you can also put your expected license fee if you have an idea of what your worth is, and then people can approach you. So we will take that. We have already discussed about bankruptcy thing that we discussed. We will like to have a much clearer policy on that. One of the issues that we were thinking about in the terms of infrastructure was that can labs, private sector labs, become adjunct lab with the incubators. So there are specialized labs, we can call them as adjunct lab. So IIT Gandhinagar may have a very VLSI lab or some other such labs. Would you let another incubator to call that lab as an adjunct lab? Say IIMA may like to have the access to that lab. We can have an agreement under which your lab becomes accessible to the startups. And like that, different NITs have labs. So what I'm saying is that if it is possible to create them as a part of adjunct lab for incubators which are not having any facility of their own and don't have to create. Today what is happening, what Dr. Agarwal was mentioning, he's creating 90 such centers, he's going to invest 2 crore each. अब वो मुझे मालूम है क्या होने वाला है, क्योंकि वो स्टाफ नहीं है उनके पास, वो स्टाफ नहीं रिक्रूट कर सकते हैं, फिर वो मेंटेन नहीं होंगे. अभी जो एग्जिस्टिंग इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज है उसके अंदर ऑपरेटर नहीं है वहाँ पर, मतलब गवर्नमेंट नेवर रिक्रूट द ऑपरेटर, उसने मशीन ले लिया है, बंद पड़ी है वहाँ पर. गुजरात की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. तो ऐसी सिचुएशन में हाँ, so what I'm saying is, just now she gave an example at lunchtime. There is a semiconductor lab in Chandigarh which at the moment works only for a space program. The result is it is using hardly 20% capacity, 80% is lying idle. वो DRDO को भी नहीं मिल रही है, वो IITs को भी नहीं मिल रही है, वो किसी को नहीं मिल रही है. नहीं तो वो बाहर जा रहे हैं, वो ताइवान में जाकर बनवा रहे हैं चिप्स अपनी, ऑस्ट्रेलिया जाकर बनवा रहे हैं, न्यूजीलैंड में जाकर बनवा रहे हैं. So that kind of a system we should put a stop. I would like all the NITs to also you actively please offer this. You write to us that these are the labs that we have which we are willing to share as adjunct lab for various startup committees. हम बाकी startup committees को बोलेंगे भाई आपको कौन कौन सी चाहिए lab, connect कर देंगे उनको आपस में, isn't it? So let us do that. We will take this responsibility to pool the labs that are available in public system to begin with, but also private. अगर आपके पास labs है शैलेश, if you can, mic दीजिए उनको.
Sir, recently Ministry of Small Industries, MSME, Government of India is giving 15 crore rupees for lab, and 10 crores we are giving. So 25 crore rupees big lab we are setting up. So where this type of small people or small industry, we are going to take it as a cost.
What I am requesting is, आप हमें एक लिस्ट दे दिए क्या क्या टेस्ट हो सकते हैं उस लैब में, ठीक है ना? If we can get a list of tests and also certification, are you authorized to certify certain kind of things? So those two things if you provide us, testing facilities and certification facilities, then we will circulate it to all the startup committees in the committee networks in the country and tell them that look, don't look for investing in your own precious capital in creating infrastructure to begin with till you have enough turnover. Till that time, use these labs for testing and certification. So that will reduce the cost for many startups to become viable in the shortest period of time without upfront investment. ठीक है ना भाई, आप भी करो इस काम को, आप भी भिजवाओ जरा कौन-कौन सी labs हैं IIT Delhi की which will not mind. I'm not saying you become service lab, don't get me wrong, for startups only, for those who are developing new technologies, for them, because no R&D lab wants to become a service lab. हाँ नहीं NABL सारी नहीं है भाई, बहुत उसको मतलब बीच में भी आप वो बड़ा सेंस बहुत सारी पब्लिक सेक्टर लैब आर नॉट NABL लैब, you know, CSIR labs, some of them are not NABL labs. So please don't bring that condition.
Policy, there is an ESDM cluster policy also under which Bangalore will be the first brownfield CFC. 86 crore got the ESDM facility for testing, prototyping. So such kind of investment when it comes from government, it should be mandated that it should be given either at cost or lower than at cost.
हाँ, because startups को मैं कह रहा हूँ कि can just as we have IP angel, can we have lab angels? I'm going to mention the same thing. Can we put that cost as a deferred payment? अभी मेरे पास पैसा ही नहीं है, मैं आपको कैसे पे करूँ आपकी फीस को? And some costs, tests are very costly actually. You know, they are very costly. One test may cost sometimes 50,000, 1 lakh, 5 lakh rupees. हाँ, कहाँ से लाएगा वो startup? नहीं लाएगा ना? तो फिर how will you move forward? So I think every country does that. We should also do that. आप उसका एक IOU बना दो, let it signed by the startup. As and when he will have cash flow, you will have first claim on that. To pay you. We can make it in a legal instrument so that it is recoverable. As an area of land revenue, as you call it in government, you know, Public Money Recovery Act के अंदर डाल दीजिए ना उसको, क्या दिक्कत है? हाँ, क्या दिक्कत है? आप you put it in Public Money Recovery Act. Under Public Money Recovery Act, state can recover any dues from anybody on priority. First claim is the state. खत्म बात. तो उससे क्या होगा? फिर आपको डाउट नहीं है ना कोई इसमें. आप काइंडली मुझे बना के दीजिए ना इसके अंदर छोटा सा.
But आप ये तो बोल ही
डाल
सकते
सकता हूँ.
हैं saying that there are these schemes where SPVs have to be formed and government of India and government of state government money comes in. There should be a priority given for requests by startups.
No, but what about funding of the test fees?
Maybe at 50% of the service cost or lesser, something like that.
I am saying even take the possibility of deferred payment system. Possibility of deferred payment system. Can you be allowed to recover the fees over next 3 years?
See, in case of organized funding, let's take the case of BIRAC, which is giving 50 lakhs. So you can always earmark some amount of budget head for such testing.
I'm going to tell BIRAC also to. For DBT, for biotechnology, I'll get it done.
Yeah.
Biotechnology, I'll get done. But for IT, you get to do.
But for the larger other community.
No, but you know what? No, but I can tell you one thing. No, but many times, you know, there are companies like DuPont, they don't charge a penny. On the contrary, they give you $100 per molecule you send them for testing. You know why? Because they get access to new molecules. Look at it this way, that when your facility of 86 crore comes up and you do this testing, you are also getting to know what it is. So some very valuable IP is being revealed to you in good faith.
Yeah, but a 3D printer can be used for so many things.
No, but you know, but the point is that, no, you are right, but I'm not saying product certification. We're talking about technology certification.
Something has to be so that it's valuable.
All right, we will put that.
It can be set up against CSR money some way or the other. Like what the CSR money is coming from, is not the
Yes.
We are also having such in startups. We initially don't ask you to pay interest. We keep it put it in an interest reserve fund.
Correct.
So that once the cash flow is sufficiently generated, then it can be offset in a phased.
I think we will use these precedences like a interest reserve fund, like a deferred payment system, maybe in some other schemes I will find out. We should try to think of that. There is a holiday, repayment holiday, moratorium on the, yeah. So all those provisions can be used to suggest that this fees is payable, but not payable immediately. It's payable within 3 years, or positive cash flow, whichever is earlier. Something like that we can do. So then that will be a way of structuring this. We can do that.
Sir, one of the things that I was just discussing with Dr. Wali as well, I think in most of our experience, typically what has happened is that if an entrepreneur has gone to a lab, either the head of the lab has agreed to do it without cost, in good spirit, or the process of getting access to a lab is so cumbersome and long that the entrepreneur would just walk out saying ki yahan kuch nahi hai. So unless we are saying that the head of the institute or the head of the lab is going to be empowered to actually be able to take a decision all by itself and circumvent the bureaucratic process that otherwise exists.
We have, NIF has a MOU with CSIR and NIF has a MOU with ICMR. And shortly we'll be having with ICAR. There are 3 R&D systems of the country, right? So we will try to expand the scope of these MOUs to include the startups. That's all. I'll try to get it done so that the NIF can mediate for the strategic technologies, for technologies which are larger social good, public good or something. We'll see whether NIF can help in that process because ICMR cannot have agreement with everybody. It will be too much for them to manage that interface with every incubator. So we can possibly provide, at least for this purpose of testing on priority at a concessional rate. We worked, NIF worked with 200 labs last year. None of them charged their professional fees. Our average cost of validation of a technology was 2.5 lakh. Normally it will be 25 lakh or 30 lakh minimum. So no scientists charge for their time. Only consumables, in some case RS team, RS cost, that's all, nothing else. So I'm saying it is possible. Please appreciate that 200 labs, not 1 or 2, 200 labs of CSIR, of ICMR, of DBT, of DST, and of course private sector labs. Amrita Institute in Coimbatore, for example, is working with us, many other such labs, top quality lab. It's a very good lab in biotechnology. But they will do that. NCCS did not charge a penny, National Center for Cell Science in Pune, for a cancer drug, did not charge a penny. They said, what is the problem after all? They get so much fund from DST and DSIR. Bole, theek hai, hum kar denge. So I am saying that we should think about, in DSIR, let us propose a fund that is also a grant. We can think of a grant of it for testing and calibration, testing and certification of innovative technologies. Fees will be paid out of that fund. ठीक है ना? लिख दो उसको यार, मैं करवा दूंगा आगे जाकर. And certification. Because there are accredited lab only which can certify. अब अगर ITCR जो है ना इंडियन टॉक्सिकोलॉजिकल रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट CSIR की ना लखनऊ में सेंट्रल टॉक्सिकोलॉजिकल रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट, अब now if you have made a food product or a cosmetic, you need that certificate before you go to market that it is not toxic, right? Now there are so many kinds of toxicity, skin, eye, other kind, ingested, metabolites, so many kinds of toxicities. Each test costs 5 lakh rupees. If you have to do 25 kinds of toxicities, आप समझ लो कितना पैसा खर्च करना है, 1,25 lakh. All right? How will a small entrepreneur pay that fee? But without that, you cannot go to the market. European market तो भूल जाओ बिल्कुल. So therefore, this is a very important issue that we need to have a fund to meet the testing and certification cost for startups who want to make globally. हम सब कहते हैं हमको $1 billion company चाहिए. कहाँ से आएगी $1 billion company if you don't pay this cost? How will you develop this company? So we need to provide that support. We will put that. We may have to go in some cases, if you have an export ambition, you should go for international standard. And the cost of the test may become higher, and sometimes the labs which can take up those tests may also be different. As per the international standard, we will put down that as per the international standard. Why do 2 times? Why first for national standard, then for international? एक ही बार में करो ना, globalized economy है, work for the global standards. Why work for only national standards? This fast track clearances, I am going to push this. What happened in 2009, USPTO had done that. What USPTO did, for green technologies, they introduced the fast track. Then they withdrew it in 2011, unfortunately. They said we will do everything on fast track.
How fast is fast track?
That's 8 to 9 months. If you have paid the fees for request for early examination, normally you have to have 18 months is the minimum for your publishing time that you cannot change. After 18 months, within 8 months, they will give a fast track clearance. So that You don't have to wait more than, let's say within 2 years or 2.5 years, you get a patent. Even now, large number of patents in US are issued within 2.5 years. 2.5 years. So that was the argument, that can you make it fast track in the sense कि जितना कम से कम time. उनका purpose ये था, they wanted the green technologies to come to market faster. That was their interest. So we have to persuade IP office that for technologies, for water, for environment, for all the technology which become waste management technologies, we should have a faster IP clearance so that these technologies can come to market faster. That's the reason. We will put that. हाँ? सर्च में टाइम नहीं लगता है यार. सर्च तो हम सिखा देंगे. सर्च तो किसी को कोई टाइम लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है. सर्च आई कैन टीच, एक सेशन पढ़ा दूंगा मैं तुम्हारे यहाँ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. सेशन सर्च के लिए टाइम लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है. बट for issuing of the electric patent, that takes time. अभी Indian system is improving, but still. But much worse यार. चाइना तो हमारे से 30 गुना ज़्यादा है. हमारे तो 8,000 पेटेंट इशू होते हैं सारे कंट्री में एक साल में यार. Where are we? We are nothing, nowhere. So every startup, this was a point that this provisional license, that you declare yourself, file that declaration and you start your business. No need to wait for any approval. क्या किया आपने आईटी में, क्या किया वहाँ पर ऐसा नहीं किया अभी. We should do that. मतलब मैक्सिको 3 दिन में कर रहा है, हम लोग 1 दिन में करते हैं, क्या बुरी बात है. we should come to a point, we should aim at that a person should be. UK, तुम्हारे मीटिंग में कोची के अंदर, when that meeting, you remember that you had a big meeting of entrepreneurs in Kochi? Yes. About in October, September mein. The British High Commissioner was there, Deputy British High. I was in that session. He mentioned that you can register online a company in UK sitting in India with Indian directors, Indian investment, in few hours. सिंपल. बोला आप यूके में कंपनी रजिस्टर कर लो, मैं बैठे हुए यहाँ पर ऑनलाइन, आपको यूके आने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडिया में करो. वो ये भी नहीं कह रहा कि तुम यूके में बेचो. बोलो ओनली थिंग इज दैट इट विल बी टैक्सेबल अंडर द यूके लॉज. ठीक है यार, उसमें क्या बुरी बात है. तो ठीक है, उनके तो वैसे भी बड़े कंसेशनल लॉज हैं. सो देयर आर कंट्रीज विच आर अट्रैक्टिंग इन्वेस्टमेंट. वो इंडिया में कोची में आकर वहाँ के एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को बोल रहा है तुम यूके में क्यों नहीं करते रजिस्टर. जस्ट इमेजिन. तो वहीं पर खड़े थे स्टार्टअप जो बोले 2 महीने हो गए हमको अभी हमारी कंपनी रजिस्टर नहीं हुई. यू रिमेंबर द पर्सन सिटिंग देयर एंड आई हैड टू टेल देम कि आप लोग क्या कर रहे हो यार, 2 महीने हो गए इस बच्चे को, आपने उसे कंपनी रजिस्टर नहीं करी अभी तक. सो दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम दैट वी हैव एंड वी विल पुश फॉर दिस. आई नीड टू गेट मोर एग्जैक्टली डिले होती कहाँ पर है, किस चीज़ में ज़्यादा डिले होती है. वन यू मेंशन अबाउट द राइट ऑफ फ्रीडम टू ऑपरेट, बट वेयर एल्स दैट हैज डिले बीन. हाँ, वो तो 20 दिन में होना चाहिए कायदे से. तो 20 days is the maximum that you should take actually. After giving the notice.
If you really look at the last 1 year, the ROC website was undergoing changes. So that in itself would take 3-4 months.
Okay. Public procurement. We come to the issue of public procurement.
Student startups at least, can we try to do it?
We will have to do that. We will have to do that. That students should be able to register online and start their business. They get an automatic number. Sooner they register. Nothing, they don't need anything. Essentially, this is what we should do. For student enterprises, online registration, declaration of a form, in form, whatever information you need, whatever attachments you want, let them attach, a bona fide, आधार कार्ड है, पेन, जो भी आपको चाहिए उसके लिए, वो सब ले लो और उसके बाद उनको बोलो तुम शुरू करो अपना काम. बात करो.
Student startup के लिए why don't they start as proprietorship?
Proprietorship में तो कुछ भी नहीं करना है आपको. Only thing is that when you register for some such system, for getting future help, it becomes easier. That's all. अगर आपको NSTDB की हेल्प चाहिए, आपको DST की हेल्प चाहिए, आपको MSME की हेल्प चाहिए, उसके लिए आपको कहीं ना कहीं पे तो करना पड़ता है. That's the only thing. If you want state funds, you have to. Otherwise, there is no problem. आप अपने आप करना चाहो तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
Normally, how greenfield projects take off? सिडनी के पास भी जो है, they start initially as proprietary. I'm not talking about these startup funds. Startups की मैं बात नहीं. एक जनरल कोई भी प्रोजेक्ट लगाता है. So 3 or 4 years in advance, he starts as a proprietary firm. Then, when he has established, say, a balance sheet या कुछ एक थोड़ी बहुत substantial size आ जाती है 2 crore turnover type, when he feels that now he is ready to take off, उस stage में he is smart enough to get himself converted into a private limited company, and he knows that 3 महीने 4 महीने लगेंगे, क्योंकि what Kunal is telling is right, sir, कि ROC में अगर आपने एक बार पैर रख दिया, वो ऐसा म्यूजियम है कि वो आपको बिना घुमाए 4 महीने पहले कुछ देता ही नहीं. Unless we try to sensitize them or maybe try to bring a diktat from higher authorities that so long as it is a student startup, we would have to follow this procedure 1, 2, 3 and full stop.
I remember in TAP, we didn't ask for companies, a proprietary firm was eligible. हाँ, इंडिविजुअल को देते थे, वो तो कोई उसमें तो कोई इशू नहीं था.
प्रॉब्लम ओनली है साइड में when you register कंपनी से वो जाते ही
नहीं तो हम वो बात कर रहे हैं ना, रजिस्टर कंपनी में क्यों जाना है अभी? जब when you stabilize, जो थोड़ी मार्केट बन जाए, कुछ बिजनेस कर लो, तब कंपनी बनाओ ना, शुरू में क्यों बनानी कंपनी?
वैसे कंपनी में आप देखिए एक और प्रॉब्लम ये है, the moment you get yourself registered as a company, there are n number of formalities you have to comply with a period of time.
और अभी ये नया कंपनी एक्ट है ना, वो तो रुला देगा आपको. इतना खराब है वो एक्ट जो बनाया गया है.
IT return has to be filed by the company then. As long as you are a proprietary, the individual files the return.
Correct.
That there it starts. And,
I will talk to CBDT chairman or somebody and find out whether there is any possibility for from the tax and compliance purposes कुछ तरीका बना सकते हैं फास्ट ट्रैक का. एक अलग विंडो बना दें जिससे उनको पैन नंबर भी जल्दी मिल जाए, सब चीज़ें जल्दी मिल जाएं, so that they don't have to trouble. हाँ, वो कम हो जाए. I will discuss that.
So along with that, आप अगर हम गुजारिश करेंगे, आप कंपनीज एक्ट के लिए भी कुछ कह
वो तो कर रहे हैं यार, वो तो बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है. That is a pain in the neck.
It has brought to standstill all kinds of funds which are to be deployed. Companies are ready to take up the funds, but for want of this creation of securities, corporate guarantees, it has created a whole lot of mess. For last 8 months, we are struggling.
You are right. This act has been one of the worst act India could ever produced. जिसने भी बनाया है उन्होंने बिल्कुल नहीं सोचा कि इस कंट्री को कैसे गवर्न करना.
So they took only Satyam in mind.
बस.
But not all companies are Satyam.
Correct.
They should also remember this thing.
No, I agree with you. The next is the public procurement issue, and we discussed briefly in the morning, but I would like to flag it now. If any one of you has any experience of public procurement, तुमने कभी अप्लाई किया है वो पब्लिक टेंडर के लिए? बताओ क्या हुआ? इधर आ जाओ. बताओ. हाँ.
इससे सर डॉक्यूमेंट होते हैं कि
बता भाई माइक दो उसको.
हाँ तो मतलब कि जितने भी इनिशियली जो सुधार के प्रोजेक्ट्स आते थे तो वो तो मेनली गवर्नमेंट
माइक क्लोजर
और जितने भी गवर्नमेंट के साथ होते हैं तो उसके बाद इतने सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स चाहिए उन लोगों को कि अगर वो डॉक्यूमेंट लेने के लिए चाहिए तो भी 20-25 लाख रुपए का तो खर्चा हो जाएगा. एंड अबाउट दी टर्नओवर, जैसे कि उन लोगों को जो सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए. दूसरा सर जी, एक हमारे पास सबसे ज़्यादा दिक्कत होती थी कि जब भी हम लोग किसी चीज़ को मतलब कि वाटर हीटर्स को सेल करने के लिए जाते थे या फिर हम लोग सोलर पावर प्लांट इंस्टॉल करने के लिए जाते थे तो दे वर आस्किंग फॉर MNRE चैनल पार्टनर. ओके, अभी तो वो तो हमें लाइसेंस राज के जैसा लगता था कि आपको इतने सारे डॉक्यूमेंट देने और इतने लोग ही कि जो बिजनेस कर पाएंगे और जो 30% सब्सिडी देती है गवर्नमेंट रिन्यूएबल सोर्सेज को आगे ले जाने के लिए, तो उसके लिए आपको कंपलसरी MNRE का चैनल पार्टनर होना पड़ता था. और उसको मतलब कि अगर उस लेवल तक पहुंच गए तो फिर वो सब्सिडी की या किसी की उनकी ज़रूरत ही नहीं है. तो वो वाला सीन होता था और वो तो अभी आज तक भी चल रहा है. और हम लोगों ने वो MNRE को भी सजेस्ट किया हुआ है कि आपको ये हटाना चाहिए क्योंकि सब्सिडी में आफ्टरऑल नहीं तो पब्लिक के पास वो पैसा जाता है, नहीं तो बट उसके ऊपर से ये प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है कि अगर हम लोग उनको उससे कम रेट में भी अच्छी प्रोडक्ट ऑफर करते हैं तो भी वो लोग नहीं चाहते थे. तो वो इशू अभी भी चल रहा है.
तो चैनल पार्टनर नहीं देने देता आपको?
सर चैनल पार्टनर्स के लिए उन लोगों को 2-3 करोड़ का टर्नओवर चाहिए, उसके बाद बहुत सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स चाहिए. अगर वो 2-3 करोड़.
Sir, we are one of the accredited channel partners created by MNRE to just support the entrepreneurs like you. We've done almost a megawatt worth of entrepreneur projects who've come to us. We've acted as the program administrator for the National Solar Mission. हमारे through सबके subsidies process हुए हैं without the entrepreneur having to go directly to the ministry. So similarly, you could have gone through a state nodal agency. They've been given the same capabilities. So I think ministry has created a process because they wanted to achieve something. They wanted to make sure that no fly-by-night operators install projects and go missing. And that's where someone, in this case us or the state nodal agencies, have been appointed as the nodal points to do the due diligence. So I don't think that MNRE can do away with the channel partnership.
So सर बेसिकली ये जो मैं बात कर रहा हूँ दैट इज टॉक अबाउट 2010. तो उसके बाद फिर हम लोगों ने यही किया था कि जो चैनल पार्टनर्स हैं उन लोगों के साथ कोलैबोरेशन किया और उसके बाद हम लोग वो प्रोजेक्ट्स में घुसे. तो हम लोगों ने फाइनली वही किया था. बट अगर और उसके बाद एक और भी स्कीम लेके आया था कि दैट इज फॉर यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर्स कि अगर कोई यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर्स चैनल पार्टनर बनना चाहे तो. पर सर जी चैनल पार्टनर बनने के बाद भी सब्सिडी तो किसी के हाथ में आई नहीं, सेक्शन होके पड़ी है।
ठीक है,
बट वो इशू होता है कि अगर देते नहीं हो, कि अगर कोई हम लोग पीएसयू के साथ पहले इनिशियली प्रोजेक्ट देते तो वो पहले पूछते कि आप चैनल पार्टनर हो, हम बोलते कि नहीं है सर हम लोगों ने 100 किलोवाट किया, बोले कि इट्स ओके बट हम अगर आप चैनल पार्टनर नहीं हो तो हम लोग बिजनेस नहीं करेंगे आपके साथ। ओके, और जब हम लोग दूसरे
साथ what we wanted to know from you and which I have understood is that it is the public procurement or public facilitation, both. In your case, it is not public procurement. You are installing privately, but you are using subsidies for that, right? Is that the problem that you face?
के साथ अगर कोई पीएसयू के साथ भी काम करते हैं तो तब तो टेंडरिंग के डॉक्यूमेंट भी होते हैं सर हम लोगों को चाहिए।
तो टेंडरिंग के डॉक्यूमेंट में क्या क्या दिक्कत है वो तो पूछ रहा हूँ मैं तुमसे।
हाँ सर, तो टेंडरिंग डॉक्यूमेंट में अगर उन लोगों को ये सर चैनल पार्टनर
कितना टर्नओवर मांगते हैं वो तुमसे?
Without channel partner we don't consider. I have 400 kilowatt plants with me, but without channel partner I have not gone through any.
ठीक है, चैनल पार्टनर जरूरी है।
हाँ वो एक वो तो टेंडर में इशू होता है, दूसरा सर टर्नओवर का उसका भी इशू होता है। भले आपके पास जो भी टेक्नोलॉजी और जो भी प्रोक्योर कर रहे हो, बट अगर आप लोग ये डॉक्यूमेंटेशन नहीं देते तो
वो चैनल पार्टनर देता है वो।
सर दैन फिर हम लोगों को ऐसी कोई बड़ी कंपनी के साथ कोलैबोरेट करना पड़ता है कि जो हमारा 10-15% मार्जिन लेके जाता है।
मैं सुबह बता रहा था ना वो बात, वो दैट इज द इशू कि जो लोग जिनके पास टर्नओवर है और जो आपको टेक्नोलॉजी को आगे बढ़ाते हैं वो फिर अपना मार्कअप लेते हैं, रेंट लेते हैं, वो दे आर टेकिंग रेंट फ्रॉम हिज वर्क फॉर डूइंग नथिंग एक्सेप्ट लैंडिंग देयर अकाउंट बुक। बस वो अकाउंट बुक की एक्सेस दे रहे हैं अपनी, सिर्फ उसका 15% ले रहे हैं वो। ये तो गलत चीज है ना।
नहीं सर, उसके बाद भी इशू होता है कि अगर 15% देने के बाद भी कहीं हमारी कंपनी का नाम नहीं आता है।
वो तो कह रहा हूँ वो तो उनके नाम से जाएगा ना, तो कोर्ट तो उनकी नाम से गया, वो सप्लाएंगे अपने ब्रांड नेम से दे रहे हैं, वो आपको प्रोडक्ट थोड़ी दे रहे हैं कोई।
सब्सिडी इशू तो वही सेटल करेगा ना अल्टीमेटली, आप तो नहीं करेंगे ना।
सर सब्सिडी का इशू होता है, बट जब हमें दूसरा टेंडर भरना पड़ता है तो तभी
वो पूछता है कि आपने कितना काम किया, तो ये नहीं बता सकता ना वो काम इसने किया है। नहीं, that is the reason I just wanted you to explain this. I am familiar with this problem. This is a very serious problem. This is a great impediment for startups in the country because they are not able to fulfill orders of the public procurement even when they are fulfilling those orders actually, but in somebody else's name instead of their name. ये है fraud. Fraud ये है सबसे बड़ा कि आप ऐसा नहीं कि उनकी टेक्नोलॉजी को ले नहीं रहे हैं, ले तो रहे हैं लेकिन उनके नाम से नहीं ले रहे हैं, किसी और के नाम से ले रहे हैं क्योंकि आपको अपनी लीगल रिक्वायरमेंट पूरी करनी है। ये गलत चीज़ है, ये गलत चीज़ है।
तो मतलब ये हुआ कि हम शायद थ्रेशोल्ड लेवल को कुछ कम रखें तो
बस और कुछ नहीं। देखिए थ्रेशोल्ड नहीं, इसके पास तो टर्नओवर अभी 50 लाख का भी नहीं होगा। कितने का टर्नओवर है लास्ट ईयर का? हो गया, चल ठीक है, अच्छी बात है। कितने का हो गया? 10 CR हो गया। वाह भाई वाह, 10 करोड़ का हो गया। तो आप तो उस लिमिट से क्रॉस कर गया ना, तो अब तो कोई परवाही नहीं करने की, तो सीधा अपने नाम से कर सकता है।
ये तो हमारे पास तो 3 साल पहले से आ रहा है।
मैं बता रहा, ठीक है, हो गया इसका। बट you know large number of startups will take several years to reach 10 crore. Sometimes it takes 10 years also to reach 10 crore. He is lucky, he is good, he is sincere, God willing वो 100 करोड़ पे भी जाएगा जल्दी से। लेकिन बहुत से स्टार्टअप इतने लकी नहीं होते हैं, इतने अच्छे उनका स्टार्ट ब्रेक नहीं मिलता ना 10 करोड़ का तो 3 साल के अंदर। So naturally they will not 10 crore is not the limit, 2 crore is it. I think turnover is required generally is 2 crore.
अभी सर विप्लेक्स पे भी आ रहा है। जैसे कि सर अभी एक इश्यू हो रहा है कि गवर्नमेंट एग्रीकल्चर पंप इंश्योर करने के लिए मांग रही है। हाँ। ओके, तो 1 लाख पंप परचेस करने वाले और बहुत सारे स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के साथ ये चल रहा है। अभी जो स्टार्टअप है उसके उन लोगों ने जो लिमिट रखी है उससे बहुत कम प्राइस में दे सकते हैं स्टार्टअप, और उसके भी
प्रॉब्लम कितना 1 लाख का है?
नहीं सर 1 लाख होता है
नहीं, पर इंजन 10 और 5 और पावर का कितने का बनता है 100 का?
सर वो हम 3.5x के आसपास के प्राइसिंग है।
तुमने पहले से दिखा, तुमने सब देख लिया है सरकार का सिस्टम क्या है, सीख गए हो तुम सारा कुछ यार। तो उसके पास से मुझे मालूम पड़ रहा है गवर्नमेंट ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट देने को तैयार है, तुम लेने को तैयार है, तो मुझे क्या मतलब?
सर वही दिक्कत है कि उससे भी कम चीज में हो सकता है, बट
वही कह रहा हूं ना, इट कैन बी डन इन 1/3 ऑफ द प्राइस एक्चुअली।
हां, तो वो चीज
1 लाख इज एनफ।
बट सर उसके लिए सबसे वो लोग डॉक्यूमेंट्स मांगते हैं कि आपने कंपलसरी 10 पंप इंस्टॉल किए हुए होने चाहिए, देन उसकी जो भी वो जो पैरामीटर्स है कि मिनिमम आपका इतना टर्नओवर होना चाहिए 50 लाख के आसपास। तो जब वो स्टार्टअप तो रहेगा नहीं, अगर 50 लाख का टर्नओवर उसने कर दिया है तो उसके बाद जो बड़ी कंपनी होती है तो उसने ऑपरेशनल मार्जिन की वजह से कॉस्टिंग बढ़ जाएगा। तो जो ग्राउंड लेवल से बहुत सारे लोग कर सकते हैं इस एग्रीकल्चर पंप को इंटीग्रेट, वो वाली चीज़ वहाँ पे मिसिंग कर रही है बिकॉज ऑफ दिस थिंग।
ये सोचने वाली बात है, नाबार्ड में थोड़ा सा ध्यान देना इस बात पर, बिकॉज नाबार्ड में भी रीफाइनेंसिंग सम ऑफ दिस प्रोजेक्ट्स फॉर सोलर पंप्स, एंड इफ वी डू नॉट टेक इनटू अकाउंट दिस फैक्ट दैट we squeeze the market for only big players, then we are not letting competition take place properly, and then we are not letting the startups.
MNRE के द्वारा जो अप्रूव्ड एजेंसीज है वही लोग कर सकते हैं।
नहीं सर, इस वाले केस में वाटर पंप्स के लिए एक स्पेशली MNRE ने स्कीम निकाली है फॉर यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर्स, स्पेशली स्कीम जिसमें 50 के आसपास यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हैव बीन सिलेक्टेड एंड एम्पैनल्ड विद NABARD फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर स्कीम। So the government is already making headway in that direction.
But उसके लिए भी सर मिनिमम 10 पंप इंस्टॉल किए होने चाहिए। So हम लोग के लिए मिनिमम क्या है?
आप देखो ना, जो जिसने बनाई है ना स्कीम, दे आर नॉट थिंकिंग फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू स्टार्टअप कि भाई 10 पंप का मतलब हो गया 30 लाख रुपए का इन्वेस्टमेंट आपका हो चुका हो, इसके हिसाब से 3.5 लाख 35 लाख का। अब 35 लाख का जो कर लेगा ना, फिर जो ऑलरेडी कर चुका होगा वो आपके पास नहीं आएगा ना, वो अपने तरीके से कर लेगा काम।
नहीं सर, अगर उसने 10 पंप इंस्टॉल किया बट किसी के अंडर में यूज किए, जैसे हमारे पास वो कैसा कि हम लोगों ने 10 किए बट हम लोगों ने 10 हमारे बिलिंग पे नहीं किए, हम लोगों ने किसी और के बिलिंग पे 5 पंप किए, ऐसा ही किसी, तो इवन आफ्टर हम लोग एलिजिबल है, हम लोग नहीं कर सकते।
हां, बिकॉज़ वो किसी पार्टनर के साथ किए।
But the very fact that he mentioned that this is public money, there has to be some kind of
नहीं, पर पब्लिक मनी देखिए क्या होता है। हाँ, नहीं, करेक्ट, उसका तरीका बड़ा सिंपल है। यू गेट इट टेस्टेड, यू आस्क देम टू गेट इट टेस्टेड बाय एन अप्रूव्ड लैब, ठीक है ना। अप्रूव्ड लैब में आपने उसके जो भी स्पेसिफिकेशंस हैं उसमें होता क्या है, पैनल है।
But it's not just the expertise, it's also about financials. Tomorrow, if his financials are not correct,
No, you don't pay before installation. You will pay only after installation.
My project cost overruns, time overruns are
No,
also impacted.
एक मिनट.
So if he's not being able to deliver in due time.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That is a fear, and that fear is preventing startups to come up. I agree with you. That fear is valid. That is the fear.
That MNRE has done. That's a good.
I mean, you know the cost overruns in public systems today. I mean, these overruns have not been caused by startups. Please understand that. These cost overruns that are going on in our country, none of them have been created by startups, and we are able to bear with them. Now, question is, the startups need a level playing field.
There is something called a Swiss challenge.
Swiss challenge का mention किया उन लोगों ने भी किया Swiss challenge का mention.
Somebody who knows
better about it can explain it maybe. Whatever I understood of it was that if there is a new technology which is being thought of, and a startup or a non-startup wise, then they can bring it as a proposal to the government. The government will do an RFP. In the RFP, if the proposal that has been given by the people first proposing it gets accepted, well and good. If somebody is willing to give a lower price, I think the choice is given to the startup. Yeah, whether you give it at that price or not, something like that.
Correct. It's almost like a reverse auction. See, I will tell you one thing. This is a very bigger problem in DRDO, in defense, to less extent in space, but in defense. Most of the new devices that our defense labs make are done with the startups or small entrepreneurs. When it comes to deploying them in the defense forces, only big companies do that because they don't, startups or the small people who develop the device in the first place, चाहे वो कुछ भी device में, I should not name, तो वो बोलते हैं सर बनवाते हमसे हैं, फिर हमारा डिजाइन लेके L&T बनाएगी उसको, तो हमारी तो कभी कैपेसिटी नहीं बनेगी, हम तो छोटे रहेंगे हमेशा। ये क्या तरीका हुआ? सो बहुत सारा फिर वो कॉस्ट ओवररन और वो मार्जिन, तो फिर वो सारा किक बैक जो कुछ भी होता है सारा सिस्टम बन जाता है। So these people, they are coming with new ethics, they are new young generation, they want to work honestly, they want to give you product at much less the cost than what the forces will require. So overall there is a benefit in promoting these young entrepreneurs. थोड़ा रिस्क है, I agree with you, there is a little risk. तो उसमें क्या नुकसान होगा भाई? आपको मान लीजिए कि आप वापस जा सकते हैं ना, 3 महीने में इन्होंने नहीं किया इंस्टॉल, यू गो टू बिग प्लेयर, एक बार तो चांस दे सकते हैं ना इनको। यार मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ आपसे, भाई कंट्री में 1 लाख लगाने हैं, 1 लाख लगाने हैं ना 1 साल के अंदर, 3 महीने का टाइम दे दो ना उसको, खाली 3 बार ले आना अपने लार्ज कंपनीज को, किसने मना किया? 3 महीने तक चांस दे दो कि वो 10 लगा दे अपने जीरो से, बट आस्क स्टार्ट हिम विद 1 0, नॉट डाउन स्टार्ट हिम विद 10 पंप्स, दैट्स ऑल आई एम सेइंग। उसको मौका दे दो कि तू 10 बना दे 3 महीने के अंदर, अगला ऑर्डर तेरे को मैं 300 का दे दूंगा। चलो भाई ठीक है बात, या 500 का दे दोगे आप, नेक्स्ट ऑर्डर में आप उसको स्केल ले आओ। फर्स्ट ऑर्डर में यू शुड गेट his technology tested. If it's certified, if he meets all your specification, then prior installation should not be a requirement. Otherwise, startup का कोई future नहीं है देश के अंदर. That's all I'm saying.
There should be a preferential purchase power, purchase scheme in a sense SSIs.
सर मैं उसी पे आ रहा था, I may sound depressing, sir. Pardon me and bail me out for it. My personal opinion is we should not really lay too much of emphasis on public procurement thing, for the simple reason, for past 10 years, SSIs have not been able to break ice with this particular policy.
I see.
We have been solely funding SSIs, and I tell you, BEL, BHEL, you name the Navratnas, and n number of people have been supplying them. We have not been able to tap even a single PSU and ask them that why don't you fulfill this particular requirement, because they are, they have the monopoly, okay, and the moment the Companies Act also provides that in case you have overdues of SSIs beyond 90 days, you need to publish in the annual reports. They outrightly refuse to publish those things because SSI is at the mercy of that person. If BHEL tomorrow says, okay, you want this thing before 90 days, please get out of the queue. There is other person willing to supply me for 180 days credit. So my personal opinion is, sir, we are spending too much time on public procurement policy. Okay. This is not going to really work out in favor of leave aside startups, because even SSIs have not been able to break the ice with this particular issue. They are having 5 crores definition with 50 crore turnover. Sir, 50 crore turnover वाली नहीं है.
डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स की पॉलिसी में मैंने 15% प्राइस एडवांटेज दिलवाया था स्टार्टअप को. 15% प्राइस एडवांटेज फॉर, आपको मालूम है आईटी के उसके स्टार्टअप के लिए टेक्नोलॉजी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स की पॉलिसी में. तो यार ऐसा मतलब नहीं हो सकता है.
नहीं बट सर इसके ऊपर मैं, क्योंकि एसएसआई तो सर यहाँ आई थिंक वो जेंटलमैन चले गए जो एसोसिएशन भी रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं. Entire SSI sector has given memorandum.
Let us not take too much time.
Yeah, sir, I think we should bargain for slightly bigger issues. It's a very small issue, and I tell you, startups जो कि वाकई में functional रहेंगे, वो जो ये कर रहे हैं, प्रणव जो कर रहा है, IT सेक्टर, बायोटेक सेक्टर, ये सब मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए है सर, प्रोक्योरमेंट पॉलिसी वाले.
नहीं यार,
आप मान के चलिए ये हार्डवेयर रिलेटेड इश्यूज ज़्यादा आते हैं पब्लिक प्रोक्योरमेंट के अंदर में. कूलर सप्लाई कर देना, नहीं तो एग्जॉस्ट सप्लाई कर देना. इसके अंदर में सर वी शुड नॉट पिच इन फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग. माई पर्सनल ओपिनियन, हाउस विल हैव टू टेक इट.
बट आई विल ओनली से दैट दिस इज एन एरिया आई पर्सनली बिलीव इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर प्रमोटिंग इनोवेटिव कल्चर इन द कंट्री, बिकॉज देयर आर मैनी स्पेशलाइज्ड टेक्नोलॉजीज विच ओनली स्टेट विल प्रोक्योर. वो प्राइवेट मार्केट उसके लिए अभी इमर्ज नहीं होगी काफ़ी साल तक. और ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजीज, नेसेंट टेक्नोलॉजीज जो हैं, अगर उनको आगे जाना है, खास तौर से इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में, इन सम ऑफ द मोर सोफिस्टिकेटेड फील्ड्स ऑफ कंप्यूटेशन, देयर दोज काइंड ऑफ कंप्यूटिंग नीड्स आर ओनली विद द पब्लिक सिस्टम. वो उस तरह की प्राइवेट सेक्टर में है भी नहीं उस तरह की कंप्यूटिंग नीड. सो इफ समबडी वांट्स टू वर्क एट दैट लेवल ऑफ प्रोसेसिंग पावर्स और पैरेलल प्रोसेस एंड ऑल दैट, वी वुड नीड टू हैव पब्लिक प्रोक्योरमेंट.
वेरी राइटली सेड सर.
वो जाएगा नहीं.
आपको एग्जांपल ही दे दूं, 3 लड़के बिट्स पिलानी से निकले. द काइंड ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी दे हैड प्रोवाइडेड, भारत इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स BEL, दे फाउंड अ वे आउट कि इनको हमें कैसे रोप इन करना है. तो जहां उनको अगर नीड लगती है, दे डेफिनेटली फाइंड सम वे आउट आल्सो इफ देयर इज रियली दैट काइंड ऑफ importance of that particular technology.
The other thing that we come to the next issue, which is okay, our idea was only that both suffer, public systems suffer, which is a large buyer of the country, the entrepreneurs suffer, nobody is gaining. So we will find a solution for that. Whether the startups can become franchisee of other startup, partner, promoter, disseminator of the product, that we have discussed, so we don't have to spend time now on that. We will go. Before we break for the tea, we have 5 minutes. Apart from procurement, there is also sometime a client list which makes a difference. So when you write your client list, and if you have big names in your client list, just a minute, it will help you to get good orders for future. So issue is also that foot in the door वाली बात है कि अगर आपने BHEL या किसी के भी बड़े के IIM में अपने लगा दिया अपना, अभी डॉक्टर साहब ने बोला NIT सिलचर में आके लगा दो, तो अगर तुमने NIT सिलचर को अपने क्लाइंट लिस्ट में डालोगे तो बाकी NITs के लिए आसान हो जाएगा ना भाई. बिकॉज दैट ऑल्सो गिव्स कंफर्ट टू अदर पीपल. यार इसने वहाँ किया होगा, उन लोगों ने स्क्रूटनाइज कर लिया होगा, वो सेटिस्फाइड हैं, तो चलो भाई इसको दे देते हैं ऑर्डर आगे. सो स्टार्टअप्स ऑल्सो नीड दैट काइंड ऑफ credential building for which they need clients, and I think large companies, for example JSW or other companies, should also consider this point, that some part of your procurement, maybe 5%, maybe 1%, maybe 0.5%, if you do the startups, then you are contributing in a big way without compromising with any of your quality, without compromising with any of your requirements. You are adding value to the young budding entrepreneurs by landing your name in their client list. That is a great contribution. और उसको भी सोचना चाहिए थोड़ा सा, दैट विल हेल्प. सर उसको अगर आपके यहाँ लगा देगा ना तो बाकी NIT में उसके लिए आसान हो जाएगा लगाना. And why was wrong? आप भी तो उसको बिना quality testing के तो वो भी नहीं लगाएंगे ना. He will also see. So let us think about that. And कर्नाटका में भी आप सोचिए इस तरीके से कि जो PSUs हैं आपके state के जो undertakings हैं, if they can, there you have more say than the central government undertaking. And whether also central government undertaking in Karnataka like ISRO and others, they can be persuaded that look, if some of your technologies you can take from these startups, they are matching your standards and they are meeting your cost and other requirements without insisting on the prior experience and turnover, it will help us promote our state policy, which is to help entrepreneurs come up. So that way you can say that they should do it because they want to favor you, not the startups. That's the way I'm trying to put it. That state government should argue on behalf of the entrepreneurs that how the central undertaking and the state undertakings. State undertakings तो आप ये colleague है, वो तो most of them are run by the IAS officers, so that should not be bothered. But central government में also we could try whether we can. उनके जो controller of finance होते हैं वो तो हाँ.
I think there was one program like this because SME Government of Karnataka did a program where Indian Railways did a vendor development program. They said these are the areas where we invite vendors or startups to come in.
Very good point. Okay. So that's the kind of thing that we need. A vendor development program can be done as a part of a corporate policy of both public and private sector. इसके अंदर कुछ initiative लेने चाहिए. I think this is an area where more initiatives are called for. Academic institutions भी सोचें इसके बारे में. You have a lot of defense installations in Assam. If you can ask some of them, कि भी आपके what are the frequently required pain point that you want to be relieved, and then you organize a program for startups both from Assam and elsewhere who can come and present and participate and make offers. That is a good model, vendor development program we can. Chai ready hai? Chai ready?
20% defense. 20% of the products by defense have to be procured from small scale industry. Indigenization. So you can vision for some part of that.
See, I'll tell you something. I was waiting for this moment. Good that you said it. I have a table with me of all the labs of DRDO. We did a workshop with them for about 8 to 9 hours each time, what is called a spin in and spin off. They have technologies which they are willing to give to the civilian sector, alloys, materials, different kinds of things, and technology which they need from the civil sector. Strategic sector वाली मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, उसको बात नहीं करता हूँ, क्योंकि that I cannot share. But other technologies which are available from DRDO system for civilian application, these are new materials, these are new compounds or new tests that they have developed. For example, they have got, you must have heard about a food packaging technology where you can just, you open it or put some water and then it gets heated up. Very simple. उसमें reaction होता है, chemical reaction, which is exothermic, and that heats the food. In few minutes you can get a hot food. When it is packed, it is cold. It goes to you as a cold. In your hand, put little water and it becomes exothermic. So like that, there are many technologies of this kind which can be useful for various products and services which they are willing to provide to the civilian sector. I think we should separately have a meeting for various incubators which can take these list I would say advanced technologies. These are advanced technologies available for incorporating in the entrepreneurial process. What application you can do, that's for entrepreneurs to think about. But they are willing to provide those materials at conceptual levels. Yes.
Sir, just a little hope from the public procurement policy standpoint. Last year, Mr. Barari, one of the innovators, which I have got a lot of 450 from the state government. There are at least 5 cases. One of subsidy. I mean, we're talking about subsidy, getting subsidy. Milking machine has a subsidy that Orissa government has started. Kunduji got in Himachal Pradesh. Then there's another example of Fazrul Haq in the northeast has started getting. So there have been cases where we have tried, and obviously we're meeting all the standard procurement.
I mean, grassroots innovation of Karnataka getting subsidy in Odisha.
In Odisha.
Not in Karnataka, but Odisha. A manual and motorized milking machine. A good example.
So, kuch to hai examples that we've been able to make.
Why don't you do one thing? Why don't you make a small note on how the state policies have promoted these very grassroots. I mean, ये तो बहुत below startup हैं, बहुत ही छोटे लोग हैं ये तो गांव के लोग हैं. एक I'll circulate to everybody that. I think it's a good point that if state governments are leveraging it, then we need to know more such examples. We need to know more such examples where state is encouraging grassroots innovation. And these grassroots innovators would not have been able to create market for their product in that different region. Of course, NIF is helping them, but we need to share that. Yes.
Sir, like the same problem the innovators are also facing. Like they are not finding the channel partners into the particular region. कोई associate नहीं हो सकता उनसे. Like unless and until they do not have the channel partners, the agencies are not hiring them as a to submit the tender application. हाँ.
ठीक है, we will have to find solutions. We need a new kind of enterprises which will deal with the supply chain management for these startups, and therefore they don't have to work on their own problems. We need to create new facilities. We will break for tea in about 10 minutes. Kindly come back at 3:40.
Just request, if you can put your name above this seat, because
I am making extensive note on the sheet. Kindly make.
And then if you can drop a visiting card there, it will be very good for us to.
Just in the same form to be.
Tomorrow morning.